It's Charlie from DM Sound, and today we've got the sound system demo on the 2023 Chevrolet Bolt EUV and its 6-speaker bass audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio inputs, adjustments, and controls. We're going to look at speaker locations, and then I'm going to head out on the road and we're going to listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And we've tested the Bose system in the Chevy Bolt as well, so check the link below if you want to see that upgraded audio system. And before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Now this right here specifically is my wife Alyssa's Bolt EUV. So we've had this car for about 6 months now. It's been good to her, good to us. She picked out this color specifically. It's a premier model, but it's not with the Sun and Sound package, which would have given us the panoramic sunroof and the Bose audio package. I've tested the Bose before, and I knew that it wasn't worth a whole lot of money, and we were kind of indifferent about the sunroof as well, so wanted to save a little money. If you do want to see more on the car, check the link below. We've got an ownership intro, and then we might have an ownership update after about a year or so. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV files, but today they're not on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, or at least they are right here, but they're not working with the car for some reason. I don't know if it's an issue with the USB port, or if it's an issue with my drive, or what, but no USB, but we still got them uncompressed WAV files on the phone playing through Android Auto, so it should still be high fidelity audio. And as always, we've got our Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also did a test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults as the audio engineers intended, so let's take a look at those now. A nice infotainment screen here in the Bolt EUV. It's easy to get to. I can be back against the seat rest and still reach it, something that I haven't been able to do in a lot of cars recently. They're moving screens way far forward. You do tend to get a lot of fingerprints on this screen, especially with the way it's angled, but it's a fairly easy system to use. We're already in the media screen here, so we're going to go up to sound. And then we're greeted right away with adjustments for bass, mid-range, and treble. Let's go through those. As you can see, a bunch of adjustability there, big range of adjustment, and very easy to do so. You can tap these around nice and quick or fine tune them with these big buttons, and I find that important when you're driving. I know a lot of cars like the new Toyotas, it's very hard to pinpoint adjust your EQ while you're on the road. Below that, we've got adjustments for front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance, and that is it for audio adjustments here in the 6-speaker system. For audio inputs in the Bolt, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio. Do we have coverage for, let's see, HD radio? I actually don't think we have HD radio support. I'm not seeing that come up here for FM, so that's something worth noting. But we do have that, like I said, the Sirius XM as well. You've got a USB-A port and a USB-C port up there, presuming that they work. Now, they removed the 3.5mm auxiliary input jack for the 2022 model year, so you're not going to get that in here. And we have support for wireless and wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So what does that mean you're missing? Well, like I said, no 3.5mm, no disc player, don't really see that anymore, and no sort of streaming services built in, so we don't have like a Pandora or Spotify or Apple Music or anything like that. For audio controls here in the Bolt, you have a nice volume knob. It's easy enough to get to for the driver. Might be a little bit of a reach for the passenger over here on the left side of the screen. Driver's got volume adjustments on the back right side of the wheel. For track selection, no physical controls up here. You can technically navigate the screen with this rotary knob here. Kind of. It's sort of works sometimes and sort of doesn't. It's not really something, I doubt Alyssa's ever used it. But you do have to use the touch screen then if you want to do any sort of track adjustment from the center. Driver's got track adjustment on the back left side of the steering wheel. Speaker locations. As I said, this is just a 6-speaker system. Starting in the bottom left here, we've got a door, mid-range woofer there, 1, 2 tweeters up front, 3, 4 on the other side, and then back, mid-range, 5 and 6. I should move this out of the way so I can hear out of that back speaker a little more clearly. And if we're in the Bose system, we'd have a center up there, 7, and then rear subwoofer making... Actually, no. Does it? The Bose doesn't have a subwoofer either, does it? It's been a while since I've tested it. kind of remembering, I think it's just a 7-speaker adding that center point, so not a huge difference there. All right, now that we've got all this stuff gone through, we're gonna get the phone put away and we're gonna head out on the road. Max volume. Distortion with the bass rumble there. It's not good. Now, as we can clearly tell from the distortion we're getting out of some of these tracks and the fact that I've got the volume all the way up, yeah, it's not a very impressive system. But what does make me happy is that Chevy or whoever tuned this, I mean, maybe Bose had a hand in it, but presumably Chevrolet, let's just go with them, they didn't overstress the system. So even though I'm not getting the most accurate representation of my music here, and I'm not able to listen to it super loud, it's not coming through painful or harsh in my ears. We get a lot of systems, I shouldn't say a lot, but a lot of the more basic 4 systems that we listen to are harsh on your ears. They don't sound good. They're borderline painful. And I'm glad that we don't have that going on in this system. It's just kind of falling on its face, and that's probably going to be its saving grace. But for this next track, we got to do it. We're going to turn the bass all the way up and see what happens. Try not to blow Alyssa's speakers out here. Whoa! Oh, I'm afraid to turn that up any higher. That's pretty funny. Get that back down. Up my thoughts on the 6-speaker system here in the Bolt EUV. It's not impressive, that is for sure. And even though the Bose isn't the most impressive system either, you are going to notice a pretty substantial step up. To me, the difference is you're not going to really enjoy listening to your music in the system. It's going to be fine if you're tuning up one of your favorite songs. The good thing, like I said earlier, it's not going to be harsh in your ears. It's not going to be painful. You're not going to lose too many elements of your music, but you could hear a lot of those basses distorting, and it's just not going to be a fantastic listening experience. At least if you get the Bose, it's going to be like, okay, I can jam out. It's not going to be impressive, but at least it sounds okay. And I don't love the fact that Chevy makes you pay for the upgraded system just to get something decent, but that's what we're working with here. So this is just barely squeaking in at a D. We're going to give it about a D-. Like I said, the main thing that's keeping it out of E is the fact that it's not really falling apart and getting harsh in your ears. It's not very loud, and there's a little bit of distortion there in the low end. But the mids and highs are actually pretty decent for kind of the entry-level price point. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the Bolt here, check the link below, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from DM Sound, and as always, drive on.